been away, my beautiful balloon. Ba, 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 ba. Yes, I'm an old fogey. I don't know what's that. It's on my YouTube page there. Oh yes, let's talk about the YouTube there with Bev. It was surprising. I like to talk to people who want to be talked to, who like communication. I was watching that show Baggage this morning, a little bit towards the end, because you get drawn in. It's a really well, Jerry Springer's on it, and they had the Anthony Bourdain on, and then Mark Levin was on, and I don't know, nothing was really like coming to me. I know what I gotta do, I know what I gotta do, and I am doing it. Like yesterday morning when I was, like there, listen to my show, see if anyone was gonna stop by. Later on in the afternoon, I noticed one of our amigos. Like I got an alert from him. I wanted what the question was. You see, because Bev, she I guess she commented on a post from her wall, possibly from 2012. And in the beginning, I was doing that. I was like just looking for opportunity, trying to interview people. It was a whole different ball game. It was a whole different perspective. I mean, it was 2012. I don't know the exact month or anything like that, but I know either Obama was on his first term or his second term, and again things were fine. Things were fine. I mean, we had the contender was Mitt Romney, and we had that one thing come out there with I don't know the 51 to 49% or this, the 47 or something like that. And it was. I mean, here we go. We're talking about Bezos. We're talking about all this kind of stuff. We're talking about the media. We're talking about how things get to people. If you listen to Joy Reid, like yesterday, she had a whole bunch of people on there, and they're like, oh, they're in for a fight of their lives. Bezos gonna take them, to the cleaners on this. He's got the money, and he's gonna make an example out of them. Okay, so you take somebody out, eye for an eye, when that's basically how all this stuff goes on. I mean, we've been in the mud for how long now? I mean, it didn't get that way till like 2016. But getting back to that, she had something there, and then she's asking me how to share it. So I had a question. That's why I went over to my cousins. Eventually, after I said to myself, there's no sense even asking a question on here. I mean, I don't know. People think that they got the wrong idea about me or something. They think I have some kind of interior motive here, or I'm using some kind of some magic or anything like that, or I don't know what it is. I'm just human. Everything about me is human. So she asks me. She's like, I can't. How do I share this and everything? Well, first of all, from 2000, it was loaded up through Facebook, and I can't see a title on it. When I load them up, I mean, especially that far back, on my YouTube channel, I can only go up to 100. Then it says you have to go back. I mean, each page has 25 videos, and you can only go up to about 100 or maybe 103. So I don't know where the rest are. That's why sometimes, when I have time, I like to just look at, because I used to do a lot of stuff here. I used to do radio side. I used to mix stuff together. And there was no bad intent behind any of it. It was just the sign of the times. There was a song by Quiet Riot. Hey, it's the sign of the time. And I'm sort of like a hippie sometimes I hum, it's Aquarius. I seen how that's why I do the show like with the childhood and all that kind of stuff. I just use that. I don't know. I mean, I am like I have that. That's the thing I felt comfortable with. I mean, because that's like one of the beautifulest things there are in the world. Like just seeing it through like a child's eyes and everything, where they don't see all this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm observing it. When I observe all this stuff, and then I say to myself, I gotta try to do something here to maybe like have people like look at it as it is. I mean, I'm not accusing them of anything, but the way they go about it, the way they talk, the way they have it orchestrated. I mean, for a while, I kept on every day. I kept on like looking at the stories, and they're all saying it the same way. Like it's like, is it all connected? I mean, where's the individuality? Where is it different? Where is it from a different perspective? If you're told to do this, you're told to say that. What? You can't think outside the box? You can't come up with something different? That's devastating. Imagine a world like that. Gene Simmons, like a world without heroes. So you all watched the Grammys last night. I heard the Red Hot Chili Peppers are on. I don't know too many musicians these days. Let's go over the infrastructure here. Hey. We'll fix the climate and everything like that. Such a huge price tag, and you got to see it. The person going to work, if they turn on the radio, like they turn on like.
Once I told him what it was, I couldn't get a word in for 40 minutes. The engineering man said,
right, someone's on their way to work.
What do you mean?
Hey.
He just
Hey.
40 minutes.
Right.
He just kept going.
Right.
Because if you have any type of technical knowledge whatsoever, and I mean basic junior high technical knowledge, you know that this is just pure fantasy. And so when you have somebody come on like Senator Chris Murphy, it shows you.
All right. So Chris Christie did some touring, the whole week. He went all over the place. Ended up with Jesse Waters, but it was more like intimate with him. It was more like a fun thing. I mean, we gotta. I mentioned the content of character. That's what it is. People they don't look at anything else. They don't, you can wear whatever you want, you can be whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, and all that kind of stuff. But that is the thing. People are drawn to people that that they trust, that are real, that are not going to do them any harm in any kind of way. I would believe so. I would believe. I mean, it's hard. It's hard trusting people these days. It's a matter of loyalty. I mean, you're not going to get it, but it's okay. I mean, it's good to feel that way. It's good to feel that way. You let whatever happens, happens. As long as you're playing the game right, what does it matter if the other person is not? Like, you can't control everything. But again, we worked at observing all this stuff. And, we're just seeing it right now like it is. Like I said, today, what are they going to do differently? What are they going to do differently? They got 20 of them. They got 20 of them in the field now. And, I know someone else was bringing up racism again. I don't know who it was, but one of the candidates, right off the bat, they're going to make that an issue. Why not? Why not? What else? Gender. I mean, that's definitely going to be it. Don't you think people are tired of it? I think they just want to see everyone get their crap together. Did we do intro music?
Or you can still.
Hey. Oh. So, high above in HD. So yesterday, did a little moonlighting. So I'm sitting there, and I know Bobby. I grew up with Bobby. Just say Bobby. If he's listening, he knows. I mean, after I did the show yesterday, I'm like, seriously, I was thinking about him. I was like, that's I have a beer up there. I don't drink beer or anything like that, but just because he does, when when you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. I don't like it, but you got to do, you gotta make people feel good, at a barbecue or something like that, and sit down. But I don't think, I don't know. You can't never say never. So I seen that he said something about his brother and everything. He said, I don't want to get too I don't want to get too like and I don't know how to say this, because I don't want to start anything. I come in peace and everything like that. But he said something about like his brother really liked this one guy that I knew in high school and everything. And I felt good when back then. I mean, you can't go back. You're like an egg or something. Once an egg is broken or something, or it's something with the omelet thing, or you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, or when something is broken or something like that. I don't know what the thing is. You can't really read too deep into it. That's why there is this forgiveness. We've all been through shit. We've all been through crap. We all have good intentions. I don't know anyone who gets up as plotting evil, or wanting people to do bad. But I wrote something on there. I wrote something and I said, I don't know. They're probably going to interpret it the wrong way, and if they wanted, you as a friend and everything like that, they would have tried. They would have said, because I tried. Again, I said we did the apology tour and all that kind of stuff. Even had a dream about way back in the 90s, I guess, this dream. I'm trying to vision it a little bit. But there was a girl who was on here too. I was trying to because she was liking a lot of my stuff. And I have this way of just saying stuff, and people get, I don't know, they just don't say anything. It's almost like saying ugh, eek, gah. I mean, my intent is for a laugh. But in the dream, she's there, and I mean, it is sort of like the 90s, but it's now, and she had like a business and everything like that at this place, and the phone's ringing, I say we're on the block, like a strip, I sometimes in this dream there's this one kind of huge place. It's a city or a town that I used to go to, for peace and everything like that. It was a very peaceful town. So the phone's ringing, and it's a call from, I don't know, it was the same number of a business. It was the same number of a business from the 90s, it was the same number, but it was at a different kind of a business. But then in the dream, I'm listening to the conversation a little bit. Yes, how did we get here, man? I don't know.